Good evening, this is Kuro. Got a ranked game in my Hobbitoffs, going over the matchmaking. Double Montana, Bourgogne, Des Moines, Smolensk, Gearing, Z52, Grozavoy. The map is Northern Lights, and it's 3-cap domination, and we're going to go ahead and kick this one off. And I gotta say, on this map, there's only one real place to take a Khaba, or another boat would be Khaba, those larger detection gunboats, and that's down the 1, 2, 3 line. So right out of the gate, I'm just gonna sail over to A-cap, cap that, and I'm gonna start trying to work my way around on that flank, and at the very least control it and give my team a chance to ideally use superior numbers on C-cap to brute force that and get a cap advantage. Now I do have a gearing with me, and that's something that personally I would rather see the gearing on C-cap, but you know, if he's going to come out here, you know, let's go on ahead and do this right. So I'm a little leery here because he's actually behind me, and I know with a full torp build gearing, he could have torpedoes coming up here shortly. So I'm hoping that right now that he's not just somebody that's gonna just dump torps right into you. Trying to tell my Grozavoy to be careful. He's headed right into C-cap. They do have Des Moines for radar plus a Z52, and that can be a bad combo. I briefly get detected there. I think that's the Z52 coming out around that island. Regardless, we got some good last-minute spots here on the enemy's B-cap. You got a pretty strong line of ships coming up with a gearing. Now, I'm going to peel out. I mean, mathematics says I can't push this. This is too many ships to just tackle all at once. So I'm going to kite back. My gearing, however, he's pushing in here aggressive. I think that it's a mistake. But I'm going to go to work on basically whatever we can. And then I don't even know what this is. This is random battles. Sometimes awkward things happen, and you just got to try to respond to it. So I'm folding back in here to see if we can get some additional damage on this enemy Grozavoy that is really just throwing himself out there. Gearing pops up. He's shooting, I think, at my gearing. So at these distances, I have a huge ballistic advantage on over this gearing. So as long as he wants to throw himself out in the open like that, more power to him. That's usually going to result in really good trades for me. So the enemy lost their Grozavoy, who, frankly, he suicided, but the flip side is mine kind of suicided too. And, you know, we're all tied up, 7 and 7 ships. Here I'm just shifting fire, trying to get some pressure on this Montana that's, you know, holding south of sea. That Montana position is suppressing my 2 cruisers here. So I need to, if I can dislodge these guys, that would be really nice for my team on C-cap. But I've got problems of my own coming up down the 2 line with the Z52 and the Bourgogne. So it's time to, you know, put my focus back where It should be, because this basically is the area of my responsibility for the map. So I'm pushing back in here. I want to get inside the gun range. I'm expecting to be shot, so I'm popping my repair since I'm near a full repair. And Bourgogne just vanishes into the smoke. I was kind of expecting to be shot back already, but it's not happening. And there, he just shot. Now, I will say that I think that this Bourgogne actually plays this pretty smart. I don't see how much damage he's doing right now, but right now he's got cross shots into my team. He's not shooting at me. He's shooting at, the battleships and cruisers behind me, and he can really cause a lot of issues there for my team, being where he's at. And right now I'm just trying to burn him down as quickly as I can. The issue is, part of this is my build working against me. This build focuses more on damaging cruisers, and in this case, without having demolition expert, this can be a painful engagement here. So I have chunked him down quite a bit, but I mean he's literally ignoring me, and here I'm trying to bait him into shooting at me rather than my teammates, just simply because he's got such a nasty crossfire angle. But this guy, he's sticking with it, and I think this is a good play on his behalf. He knows that I'm not going to be able to chunk him down nearly as fast as he could have impact on the rest of my team down there. And by pushing me up, he's giving his DD space to come in and cap A. So I believe this is a really solid play here. Now I'm running into the map border. The thing is with Bourgogne, it's deceptively fast for a battleship. Even for a Khaba, you really need to mind your P's and Q's to make sure that you maintain your engagement spacing. For example, he's reversing right now, and if I'm not paying attention to what his smokestacks are doing, I could easily sail out of gun range, and that buys him time to be able to repair and all that. Now, I did have a very long period in there where RNG just did not like me as far as fire damage. So again, I see that the DD's capped A, and I'm just making the decision. We're down a ship. I need to deal with this Bourgogne, but I need to cap A. I'm going to start pushing towards A cap here very shortly, because this Bourgogne, he's still not really interested in shooting at me. And, at this point, I think I do have to question, what's going on with this guy, because, I'm 11 kilometers away. He's shooting targets that are, much, much beyond that. So, but regardless, I do think that he's played pretty well up until now. He's finally starting to switch to me, which is it's going to make me take some of my guns off target. But now as this Bourgogne he's definitely looking at trying to drive me off. And the big thing is, he's accomplished what he wants to right now. Me out here all by my lonesome, I'm not really able to kill this guy as quickly as I need to be able to keep this battleship from doing this. And you know, that's a trade-off in my build. I'm able to basically, you know, go right into multiple cruisers and fight them and gun cruisers down reliably, but this is, you know, one of the downsides for this IFHE build is the fire chance isn't always there, and you know, it can get frustrating. Now, this I think is a misplay on his behalf. I'm going to pause it here. He should either be making the determination of, I want to live, or I don't want this guy to cap A. So this decision that he's making to sail up here is giving me an angle to just start sailing towards A cap. And that's going to really help my positioning. You know, we're still down a ship. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able... at this rate, I should pick this kill up. Excuse me, I'm trying to get over this cold and my voice keeps having a cow. So, at this rate, I should pick this kill up. I mean, he in the grand scheme of things, I've done a lot of damage to him. It's taken me a painfully long amount of time to do it. But the flip side is I'm still pretty healthy. I haven't really taken any damage here. So that's going to leave me with, you know, options as this game progresses. That could have been a much more painful shot had he got a little bit better dispersion there. But at this point, I've gotten what I've wanted. I'm in position where I can step on A cap, where I can at least stop the points gain. Now again, here's another stretch that, you know, if I would have gotten a fire anywhere in here, we'd have been able to kill this guy. And I spot a gearing. This gearing's going to try to defend the cap. In my opinion, this gearing should have tried to smoke up here. He doesn't. And, you know, he's going to pay for it. Had some wonky shots there, but dialing it back in. Kind of a sloppy engagement from my perspective. That's better. And there we go. Unfortunately, turning like that to get my guns as quickly as I could on the gearing has taken me in a position away from the Bourgogne. He's been able to disengage, and that's going to give him an opportunity to heal. Now, we're down 3 caps right now. We're down, you know, almost 300 points. The enemy team is looking at winning in 3 minutes. We got to get our butt in gear, and I'm not too happy with my teammates where they just left the cap. They didn't cap this. My repub is coming in here to try to step on it, but my Wooster's too busy trying to gunfight the Smolensk. He should just be stepping on B cap. Make sure you stop the points, because, you know, this Wooster, if he loses this fight, it really could put this game out of reach. Unfortunately, with all the fire damage that the Bourgogne suffered, he's able to have repaired a lot. But I'm coming back in here, and this guy needs to die. So we're not going to beat around the bush. We're going to get in here into effective range. We've got a fire on him. There's Witherer. And, you know, I'm trading a lot more of my HP now than I was later. But I want to make sure that I get this guy. His repair's down. His DCP's down. All I need is one fire. There it is. And I'm just going to go dark. I know he's dead. There's no sense in me shooting. And there we go. The Republic is capped B. With that kill, it's putting the game back in our hands. 5 minutes, 3 seconds for us to win. So I'm going to push up here, and I'm going to try to step on B cap, because I'm not sure what my Wooster's doing. He should be sailing right at it. He's not. So, you know, it is what it is. Now, honestly here, my Republic should just disengage. There's no need to engage this Smolensk on these terms. He's just running away, and that means, you know, all this guy is looking to do is save a star, get some more damage. You know, if you play it smart, you go dark, you force this guy to actually come into your team, and that definitely helps, you know, the situation trying to get these guys, you know, cleaned up in the end without losing a ship needlessly. Now I'm jumping in here, mainly because I don't think that this guy's I'm not gonna let him kill me. But I'd rather him try to shoot at me than shoot at my allies that may not be able to evade damage as much as possible. So here, just taking a little bit too much damage. This guy's aim is pretty good. So, just gonna angle to him. Just start speed juking. I drop off. Now I'm letting my Wooster use his HP to try to keep this guy distracted while I turn out. And we're gonna resume working on this guy from a more favorable angle for me. And that my team finally gets to kill. Now, to note, if I was in danger of actually losing that game, if I was sunk, I wouldn't open fire there. I basically open fire there because, you know, me going down is inconsequential to the game. We can lose a ship there and still win. I did want to compliment that Smolensk. He played his ass off. 2K base XP game on a loss. I'd really love to see what that guy's numbers look like because he had a hell of a game. Um, I think I did 159K, something like that. Um, it looks like big damage numbers, but really all it is I burned down a Bourgogne and forced this guy to use all of his repairs, that kind of thing. Um, this game is it's a lot more about trying to hold back the flank and discussing um, smart battleship play. This guy made a really good move that could have paid off if he would have been able to keep me away from the A cap, and if he'd have been able to live, it would have been a rock star move. We probably would have lost this game. Um, but that one little slip up at the end, you know, put him in a position where I was finally able to burn him down, and you know that that's what we needed. Um, the gearing, mm, honestly, I think at that stage of the game, the gearing's better off. If he can't do a smoke play to smoke fire a Khaba, he's better off just running. Because the gearing is gonna lose this fight. Khaba is just it's a whole nother level for a gearing to try to pick that fight. Um, so I just wanted to highlight this game and get a game for North up, and I'm gonna be trying to get some of these different maps up to let you guys see how I play the ship on these maps. And there's a few different ways to play them on certain maps. In my opinion, North, even though it's one of the most friendly as far as giving you an open flank to really
Charge complete.
thank you, even though it's giving you a an open flank to work from, there really is only one area where you can really take those ships and be relevant um, over the course of the game. So, gonna cut this one off. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and I will talk to you later.